Godzilla. Hey there, fellow kaiju enthusiasts. Welcome back to the channel where we dive deep into the colossal world of giant monsters and cinematic legends. Today, we're tackling the titan of all titans, the king of the monsters himself, Godzilla. For over 65 years, Godzilla has been more than just a movie monster. He's been a cultural phenomenon, a symbol, and a reflection of humanity's triumphs and tribulations. From his thunderous footsteps echoing through the streets of Tokyo to his earth-shattering battles against other titanic foes, Godzilla has left an indelible mark on cinema and society. In this video, we're going beyond the surface-level destruction and diving into the deep lore and significant impact Godzilla has had on film, culture, and even geopolitics. So grab your radiation suits and let's embark on an epic journey through the history, evolution, and legacy of Godzilla, the origin of Godzilla. Let's set the scene. It's 1954 and Japan is navigating the turbulent waters of post-World War II recovery. The wounds from the atomic bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki in 1945 are still fresh, and the nation is grappling with the dawn of the nuclear age. Amidst this backdrop, Toho Studios releases Gojira, directed by Ishiro Honda. Godzilla was born out of a combination of real-world events and cinematic inspiration. The triggering incident was the Lucky Dragon No. 5 incident in March 1954, where a Japanese fishing boat was exposed to nuclear fallout from the U.S. Castle Bravo thermonuclear test in the Bikini Atoll. This event stirred public outcry and heightened fear of nuclear radiation. Ishiro Honda, influenced by the American film The Beast from 20,000 Fathoms and the concept of giant creatures awakened by nuclear tests, envisioned Godzilla as a metaphor for nuclear weapons, a force of nature awakened and mutated by humanity's own destructive tendencies. The production utilized groundbreaking special effects techniques spearheaded by Eiji Tsuburaya. Opting for suitmation over stop motion due to time constraints and budget, they created a 200-pound rubber suit for actor Haruo Nakajima. Despite the suit's weight and limited mobility, Nakajima's performance brought gravitas to the creature, making Godzilla a terrifying yet captivating presence. The film's haunting score by Akira Ifukube added to the ominous atmosphere, and his composition of Godzilla's roar, a mix of contrabass and leather glove, became an iconic sound recognized worldwide. Gojira was not just a monster movie. It was a somber reflection on the horrors of nuclear war and a nation's collective trauma. The film resonated with audiences, sparking debates and earning critical acclaim. It grossed approximately $152 million domestically, a significant achievement at the time, and laid the foundation for the longest-running film franchise in history, Godzilla in Japanese culture. Godzilla isn't merely a cinematic creation. He's a mirror reflecting the complexities of Japanese society. In the aftermath of World War II, Japan faced the challenge of rebuilding both its cities and its national identity. Godzilla emerged as a symbol of the uncontrollable forces unleashed by human recklessness, specifically the devastating power of nuclear weapons. In Japanese culture, there's a concept called Shinra Bansho, meaning all things in nature. Godzilla can be seen as an embodiment of this idea, representing natural forces beyond human control. His rampages through Tokyo aren't just scenes of destruction. They're allegories for the unpredictability and power of nature, and perhaps a form of karmic retribution for humanity's transgressions. Moreover, Godzilla's evolution over time reflects Japan's shifting societal concerns. During the economic boom of the 1960s, Godzilla became less of a harbinger of doom and more of a protector, battling other kaiju threats like King Ghidorah and Mothra. This shift mirrored a more optimistic national mood and a desire to move past the shadows of war. In the 1970s, environmental issues came to the forefront. Films like Godzilla vs. Hedorah addressed pollution and ecological destruction, with Hedorah representing industrial waste gone awry. Godzilla has also permeated other cultural facets, from music and art to literature and even religion. Festivals celebrating Godzilla, themed merchandise, and his designation as a cultural ambassador demonstrate his deep-rooted presence. In 2015, he was even granted official residency in Shinjuku, Tokyo, underscoring his status as a beloved figure in Japanese culture. Godzilla serves as a vessel for Japan to process complex emotions and historical events, making him an enduring symbol whose significance extends far beyond the screen. Evolution of Godzilla over the years. Godzilla's journey over the past 6 decades is a fascinating study of character evolution, both in design and thematic representation. Showa era. The original Godzilla started as a metaphor for nuclear destruction, but as the franchise progressed, especially during the 1960s, he transitioned into a more heroic figure. Films like Ghidorah, the Three-Headed Monster, and Destroy All Monsters saw Godzilla defending Earth against extraterrestrial threats. This era reflected Japan's growing economic prosperity and a focus on entertainment, with Godzilla becoming a pop culture hero. Heisei era. Marking a return to darker themes, the Heisei series rebooted the continuity, ignoring all but the 1954 original. Godzilla's size was increased to 80 meters to match Tokyo's skyscrapers, symbolizing growing urbanization. Enhanced with a more menacing look, larger dorsal fins, sharper teeth, Heisei Godzilla was both a destructive force and a subject of human scientific interest, often involving complex plots about genetics and biotechnology, as seen in Godzilla vs. Biollante. Millennium Era. This period experimented with standalone stories, reimagining Godzilla's origins in various contexts. For instance, Godzilla, Mothra, and King Ghidorah, giant monsters' all-out attack, portrayed Godzilla as a vengeful spirit embodying the souls of those lost in Wa 2, a bold narrative choice that reconnected the monster to Japan's wartime past. Reiwa Era. Shin Godzilla presented perhaps the most radical redesign and thematic shift. Directed by Hideaki Anno and Shinji Higuchi, Godzilla was depicted as an ever-evolving organism, capable of rapid adaptation, a nod to the fears surrounding nuclear contamination and government inadequacy in crisis management. The film was a critical and commercial success, earning accolades for its sharp satire and innovative effects. Technological advancements have played a significant role in Godzilla's evolution. The shift from suitmation to CGI and motion capture allowed for more dynamic movement and intricate designs, evident in the MonsterVerse films where Godzilla stands at a towering 109.8 meters. Thematically, each era of Godzilla reflects contemporary issues, from nuclear anxiety and environmentalism to bioethics and political critique, demonstrating the character's flexibility and relevance across generations. Notable Godzilla films. Delving into the extensive Godzilla catalog, certain films stand out for their contributions to the franchise and their reflections of societal issues. Godzilla, 1954. The cornerstone of the series, this film introduced audiences to a sobering narrative wrapped in a monster movie veneer. Its realistic portrayal of destruction and human despair set a high bar for storytelling within the genre. Mothra vs. Godzilla, 1964. This film marked the first crossover with another Toho monster, Mothra. It delved into themes of corporate greed and environmental exploitation, with Godzilla embodying the consequences of such actions. Godzilla vs. King Ghidorah, 1991. A complex plot involving time travel, this film addressed Japan's economic ascendancy and the anxieties surrounding it. The reintroduction of King Ghidorah as a genetically engineered creature added layers of bioethical considerations. Godzilla vs. Destoroyah, 1995. Serving as an emotional finale to the Heisei series, it depicted Godzilla's heart acting like a nuclear reactor on the verge of meltdown. The film mirrored concerns about nuclear energy's dangers, especially poignant following the Chernobyl disaster in 1986. Godzilla 2000 Millennium, 1999. A soft reboot aiming to revive the franchise after the lukewarm reception of the 1998 American film. It returned Godzilla to his roots as a destructive but awe-inspiring force, confronting the notion of humanity's place in the universe. Shin Godzilla, 2016. A critical examination of Japan's bureaucratic paralysis during emergencies. The film's Godzilla is a horrifying, ever-mutating entity, symbolizing uncontrollable crises like the Fukushima disaster. It won multiple awards, including Best Picture at the Japan Academy Awards. These films not only advanced the technical and artistic aspects of filmmaking, but also served as societal barometers, reflecting and critiquing contemporary issues. The diversity in storytelling, from allegorical tales to direct commentary, showcases the franchise's versatility. With over 36 films to date, Godzilla holds the Guinness World Record for the longest-running film franchise. Each installment adds a new layer to the mythos, ensuring that the King of the Monsters remains a dynamic and relevant figure in cinema. Themes in Godzilla movies. Godzilla films are rich tapestries of thematic content, often serving as allegories for pressing global and national concerns. Nuclear proliferation. Central to the franchise is the critique of nuclear weapons and energy. Godzilla himself is a product of nuclear radiation, and his destructive capabilities symbolize the catastrophic potential of atomic warfare. Films like Godzilla vs. Destoroyah revisit this theme, highlighting the perils of unchecked nuclear power. Environmental degradation. The series frequently addresses humanity's impact on the environment. Godzilla vs. Hedorah personifies pollution through Hedorah, a monster born from toxic waste, emphasizing the dire consequences of industrial negligence. Biotechnology and ethics. Advancements in genetic engineering and their ethical implications are explored, particularly in Godzilla vs. Biollante, where splicing Godzilla's DNA with a rose leads to unforeseen monstrosities. This reflects real-world debates over genetic manipulation. Government and bureaucracy. Shin Godzilla offers a scathing look at governmental inefficiency, critiquing the slow and convoluted response to disasters. It's a metaphor for Japan's handling of the 2011 earthquake, tsunami, and nuclear crisis. Cultural identity and memory. Some films delve into Japan's struggle with its wartime past and evolving identity. By portraying Godzilla as a manifestation of collective memories and guilt, the films encourage reflection on history and its impact on the present. Human versus nature. A recurring theme is the tension between humanity's technological prowess and nature's uncontrollable forces. Godzilla often serves as nature's agent, correcting the imbalance caused by human arrogance. These themes elevate the films beyond mere entertainment, providing depth and encouraging discourse on significant issues. They demonstrate how genre cinema can effectively engage with complex topics, making Godzilla not just a monster, but a vessel for meaningful commentary. Godzilla in Western media. Godzilla's journey into Western media has been a roller coaster marked by reinterpretations and cultural translations. Godzilla, 1956. The original film was re-edited for American audiences, released as Godzilla, King of the Monsters, with added scenes featuring actor Raymond Burr. This version downplayed the anti-nuclear messages, highlighting the challenges of cultural adaptation. Godzilla, 1998. Directed by Roland Emmerich, this film was a significant departure from the source material. The creature's redesign and altered abilities were met with disappointment from fans and critics alike. The film holds a 16% approval rating on Rotten Tomatoes and is often cited as a cautionary tale about disregarding original content's core elements. Monsterverse. Legendary Pictures' reboot aimed to rectify past missteps. Godzilla, 2014, presented a more faithful representation, both in design and thematic weight. With a worldwide gross of over $529 million, it proved the character's viability in Western cinema. Subsequent films expanded the universe, introducing other iconic kaiju and exploring themes of coexistence and ecological balance. Cultural nuances. Western adaptations tend to focus on spectacle and personal human stories, sometimes at the expense of the deeper allegorical messages prevalent in Japanese films. There's often a greater emphasis on Godzilla as a hero or anti-hero, rather than an ambiguous force of nature. Cross-cultural impact. Despite differences, these films have helped introduce Godzilla to a broader audience. Collaborations between Toho and Western studios have led to increased visibility and appreciation of the character's legacy. Godzilla's Western incarnations highlight the complexities of adapting culturally significant characters across different societies. While not without controversy, they contribute to the ongoing dialogue about globalization and the sharing of cultural icons. Godzilla's impact on pop culture. Godzilla's influence permeates countless aspects of pop culture, merchandise and collectibles. The market is flooded with Godzilla-themed products, ranging from toys and apparel to high-end statues and replicas. Companies like Monster Arts produce detailed figures that are prized by collectors worldwide. Video games. Spanning from the 1984 NES Godzilla Monster of Monsters to modern titles like Godzilla Defense Force, the character has a robust presence in gaming. These games often allow fans to step into Godzilla's massive footsteps, wreaking havoc or defending Earth. television and parodies. Godzilla has been parodied in shows like The Simpsons and Robot Chicken, showcasing his recognition even in comedic contexts. His likeness and roar are instantly identifiable. Influence on other films. Directors like Guillermo del Toro have cited Godzilla as an inspiration. Pacific Rim pays homage to kaiju films, featuring massive creatures and giant robots in epic battles, music, and literature. Bands like Blue Oyster Cult have immortalized Godzilla in songs, while numerous books and comics expand his stories, exploring alternative narratives and deeper lore. Godzilla's reach demonstrates the character's adaptability and the universal appeal of his underlying themes. He's not just a Japanese icon, but a global one, influencing artists and creators across various mediums. The future of Godzilla. As we look ahead, Godzilla's reign shows no signs of slowing down. Toho's plans. Following the success of Shin Godzilla, Toho has expressed interest in developing a shared universe, similar to the MCU, featuring their roster of kaiju. This approach opens the door for new storytelling possibilities and cross-monster narratives. International collaborations. The continued partnership with Legendary Pictures suggests more MonsterVerse installments. Potential projects could explore deeper lore or focus on other creatures within the universe, with Godzilla remaining a central figure. Technological innovations. Advancements in CGI and motion capture technology will allow for even more realistic and expressive portrayals of Godzilla. This can enhance the storytelling experience, making the character more relatable and emotionally impactful. Thematic evolution. Future films may tackle contemporary issues like climate change, pandemics, or artificial intelligence, using Godzilla as a lens to examine these global challenges. Godzilla's ability to evolve with the times ensures his relevance. By adapting to new societal concerns and leveraging cutting-edge filmmaking techniques, the King of the Monsters will continue to captivate and provoke thought among audiences worldwide. From a metaphor born out of nuclear nightmares to a symbol of resilience and adaptation, Godzilla's journey is unparalleled in cinematic history. His stories have entertained, moved, and inspired countless fans and creators alike. Thanks for joining me on this deep dive into the world of Godzilla. If you enjoyed this exploration, smash that like button, share your favorite Godzilla moments in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe for more in-depth looks at the legends of film. Until next time, keep roaring.